Hey, hi, hello everyone. Welcome to part 16 on CMS plugin system. So guys, last time I told you, we would be writing edits in order to change the styles of these posts. And then later, I thought it does not make any sense to, create a different file or write a different script just to change the status of the post, though we have already wrote one at the time of editing them. So what I'm going to do is, very first, I'm going to remove this button. And next, every time we're going to hit this edit button, it will change the status as well if we have selected something else. Okay, so I'm going to go to my create post.php file very quickly, and uh, probably out here. I'm going to remove this button from here, and then I'm going to open my scripts folder, and inside that, create post.php file. And here I'm going to create one more variable that would be post status. So dollar post status would be equal to dollar post status. Okay, and okay, I'm doing it on the wrong side. Sorry, guys. I can take it away from here. We have to do it at the time of editing. Post status dollar underscore post status. Okay, that's done. And one more thing we can actually do is, especially for the content, we can run a MySQL real escape string. So you can say auto content equals to MySQL real escape string. Guys, the reason we are using the real escape string is in the content we can actually write anything. We can have something like it. So these commas will not let you go ahead and insert anything to the database. If you want, you can try it from your side. Don't use this particular line and try to put some word commas or lines like this. It will give you an error. So using MySQL real escape string will make sure that wherever you're writing out here, it will get saved to the database. Okay, that's the reason I'm using it. And out here, I'm gonna say update post, set post status equals to dollar post status. Okay, so every time we're gonna edit the post, we can edit this particular thing as well. So refresh it once. Let me make it private. Right? Okay, it's private right now. We want it back to published. That's fine. Let's try trash as well. Okay, go back to view posts. Go back to trash. So we have one out here. We have one in published, and we can make this one published as well because we have two posts. So I don't want to put that one in trash. So, okay, that's fine. So guys, now we are actually able to change the status as well. The very next thing we need is to delete them from this particular page. So for that, we would be writing ajax, and let me tell you how we would be doing it. We need an ID for each of these posts. So if I have to delete this one, I need an ID of this one, and if I have to delete this one, I need to have an ID of this one. So I'm going to open my Firebug to actually check out where they are right now. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my get post.php file, and where it says this particular delete and a view table data row. Out here, I'm going to create a hidden input. I'm going to say input type hidden. Name would be equals to delete ID, or probably say post ID, and the value would be equals to ID. Okay, and we can create an ID here as well. Come back, refresh the page, and you can view the source code. It's not showing titles. It's not showing up here. Give me a second, guys. Or we can, probably make it a text to see where it is right now. It's not here too. Okay, because we have two sections of that. One is listed here as well. Here it shows this particular one have an ID of 2. This one has an ID of 1. Okay, so now we can actually work with them. I'm gonna make them 2 in hidden field again. Okay. This one hidden. This one hidden as well. Like this. Refresh. Now everything seems fine, and we're gonna give them an ID here. So, I'm gonna say this delete button will have an ID of delete post, okay, and this delete button here on the bottom will have an ID as well. So I'm gonna say ID to delete post. Now I would be creating one more JS file, and I would be naming it to delete posts.js. Okay, here I'm going to start a dollar function to make sure the DOM is ready. Let's convert something so that we can make sure that we are able to include this file properly. And we have to include this file as well. So here we'll create posts. I'm going to include it out here. And I'm going to be delete posts.js. Refresh the page. It does not do anything because I'm including it on the wrong page. I have to include it up here. Okay, now it's errored something. I can go back to the JS file. Now guys, what I have to do is I have to, every time I'm clicking this particular button, I'm getting the ID of this post only, not of any other post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say $ID delete post dot live click function. The reason we have to use a live click function because all of them are dynamically created from PHP. They are not, a kind of a semantic HTML stuff. So they are from PHP. That's the reason we have to use the live function. So I'm saying every time a user is clicking this particular delete button, go ahead and do something. So very first, if you're thinking we can, do something like this. If I say var delete post ID is equals to $post ID dot val, and if I'll alert it, post ID. If I come back and if I click on it, this one says 2 and this one says 2 as well, though the other one have an ID of 1, and we can make it return to false because we don't want this particular page to go anywhere. Okay guys, now you have noticed that every time I'm clicking the post, I'm only getting the ID 2 because I'm not doing it properly. What I have to do is I have to say dollar this will be a reference to this particular button, the one we are clicking on it. So if I'm clicking on it on this particular one, then this will refer to this, and if I'll come to the bottom one, this will refer to this particular delete button. I hope it's not confusing. This dot parent td, if you will go back to Firebug and if you will view the source code, they all are inside td. So The parent for this delete link will be this particular td. So what I'm saying is $this.parent td dot find the input, like the hidden ID, and give its value to us. Now if I'll refresh the page, so this one says 2, and if I'll click on this particular one, this one says 1. So now we are getting actually the right reference to the IDs that we want. Okay, so now we can actually go ahead and we can write our very simple ajax, and we can delete them properly. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna open my JS folder, and I'm gonna open this create category.file, create cat.js file, so we can actually copy everything from here. I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay. So again, we are just making the ajax check that we need. The parameters gonna be the delete post ID. Okay, out here, and we're gonna reference it to a different file. So I'm gonna say delete post.php. Go back to the script folder, create a new file, and name it post.php. Open the PHP tag. Very first thing we need is to include once the connection file. Okay, we can probably do f.post only if we are getting a post request. Then we need to the connection file. And the next thing we can do is delete post ID will be equals to $post ID. Then I can say delete will be MySQL query delete from posts where ID is equals to ID is equals to delete post ID. Okay, and let me check it to 1 only, or MySQL error. Okay, that seems pretty fine. I can come back to my delete post.js file. And we don't want any response this time. I can copy this window location. Okay, pretty simple. Come back, refresh it, and let's see what happens. I'm going to delete it. It says it's not found on the server. Okay, because I have return to false. If I refresh this page, check out why. Okay, there is an error here. Oh, this one is the error. So back, refresh it. It's fine. Delete now. Okay, it then deleted it. So I'm just gonna comment that particular line out so we can see what's happening. I delete once again and check out the response book here. It says include once to make sure it needs to be connection dot. Come back and comment this particular line. Refresh the page again. I'm gonna hit delete. Okay, this one is gone now. So guys, this is a very simple way to delete the post. And so now we are able to create the post, we are able to edit them, we are able to change their status, we are able to delete them. In the next video, I will be showing you how to add themes to this particular seamless blogging system. And then later, we will be writing some classes and functions to make themes more dynamic and more simple. So I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.